speaking about investing, one of the things that's going to help you invest is if you increase your salary. We talked the other episode of Mr. Samuels. We spoke about some of the low salaries and how it's causing some, ethical issues and issues with customer service and that. Now, the world isn't confined to just your geographic location.
Okay. Yeah.
Once you start to expand and say, how can I earn in euros, pounds, dollars, Swiss francs, what have you, all of a sudden, your opportunities start to open up quite a bit.
Yeah.
And what I'm talking about is outsourcing, freelancing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Learning skills that you can leverage remotely, whether it's writing, whether it's software development, it could be website design, graphic design. There are people who get paid to just speak into a microphone. That's called voice actors.
Are you serious?
Right? You can be a remote voice actor.
Man, did I need to jump on that, man?
You can be, maybe you don't have any specific skill, but you're relatively reliable. You know how to type, you know how to spell, you know how to use a computer. Hey, you can be a virtual assistant. Look at it like this. You can be a virtual assistant for $5 an hour. $5 an hour, let's say you work 8 hours a day, that's $40. $40 is roughly how many cities?
40 times 15. I mean, that's basically like 650.
Yeah, almost like 600. Okay,
650.
So let's say if you do that so let's say 600. 5 days a week, 5 times 6, that's 3,000 cities a week, right? This is $5 an hour. So that's 3,000 cities in a week, huh? Okay, in a month, in your month's salary now, it's 12,000. Now, that's the lower level of virtual assistants. There's some virtual assistant that you pay $8 an hour, $10 an hour as you get more experience. So if you're making $10 an hour, now that's 24,000 cities in a month. Now, ask yourself, is it worth your while to be stressing to look for a job that will pay you 800 cities, 1,000 cities, 1,500 a month, even 2,500 a month, when you could go and get a job as a virtual assistant?
Kujo? I mean, this is why you realize that we took an interest in relation to setting up, tech placement, because of course, one of the things that naturally caused us to even pay attention to tech placement is when we realized that, okay, I mean, even with complete housing's affordable unit, which was about $15,000, we realized not a lot of Ghanaians could actually afford it. So we realized that income is a big issue. This is why development is so key. This is why, free consultation, this is what we get to talk about, to really let people understand the mindset in which we move. So it's such a way that we realize that, okay, what can we do? I mean, and tech placements really came into the scene, like what you just said. This is being able to give a lot of Ghanaians the opportunity to work remotely and better their source of income, which eventually would better the economy. And it's one of the opportunities that people really need to pay attention because of the world we live in right now. People really need to, I mean, especially for parents out there, I would naturally urge your kids to really let them pay attention to IT courses, because the world is naturally in that era right now, and anybody and everybody that, be very, very knowledgeable, especially when it comes to the IT world, and make sure that, hey, pay attention to it, because there are so many opportunities out there. You remember Mr. Arrow naturally is making a lot of money out of that. So it's so key, and I'm excited with tech placement, man. Tell me more about tech placement and one of the things that instigated that idea, bro.
At least know how to use a computer. You don't have to necessarily become an IT master of any necessary skill, but to be honest, any skill that you master, you're going to get paid more. I've talked about a virtual assistant for $5 an hour. But if you're a software developer, even a junior, and you want to start out at $15 an hour, nobody's going to say you're asking for too much money, quite frankly. If you compare it, why does this opportunity exist for Ghanaians so much so? because $5 an hour is actually illegal to pay somebody that in the United States.
That's crazy.
The United States minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, but you see the United States cost of living is so much higher.
Exactly.
Yes, of course. Even $7.25 an hour is not enough.
Exactly.
But if you're in Ghana making $5 an hour,
Man.
and you're making 12,000 cities a month, that's enough.
Oh yeah, that
For
is
almost everywhere in Ghana, even in Accra.
yes,
that
is.
enough.
That's
Actually good. That's just 5. Now, if you're making $15 an hour as a software developer and you're making 36,000 CDs a month, now combine that with the mutual fund, because now you have extra money.
That's the thing.
Okay, 36,000. You say, I only need 10. Put the other 16,000 into a mutual fund. Let it grow at those rates with the appreciation of the dollar plus the stocks. Look, man. Look, I'm telling you, there's a way to get out of the trap.
I'm telling you, and this is one of the things that it gets me excited with, how we are like, and how we were able to fuse all of this in relation to that same